Masechet Hullin Daf Sadi Vav Amud Aleph by the Mishnah. Hanotel Gidan Hashev. Someone takes the Gidan Hashev from the animal. Tzarishi Tolet Kulis. Remove the entire thing deep into the thigh. Rudamer Kedela Kiyambo Misvanitla. No, you only need the beginning, the minimum amount of the right part of just the surface. Ha'ochel Gidan Hashev Kizayit. Whoever eats a Kizayit amount of the Gidan Hashev. So figuring is 40 malkut. A halal of because I ate the entire thing, but then I have a kazayit. Hayav is still chayav. We'll explain why. A chai mizek kazayit. If you ate a volume of each gidan hashay in the right and left leg. So if when he gets 80, without married, it's not even only gets 40 because he holds only the right side is legit. Bar Pio they have a ka'ik midr shmul v'kamin hakir atma. Bar Pio was standing in front of Shmuel and he was taking out the gidan hashay. Have a ka'ik he was cutting it at the surface. And Marley said, Shmuel told him, dig deeper. And if I didn't see you doing this, he would have fed me something asur. He became frightened and the knife fell from his hand. Amalei said, Lo tirita, don't be scared. I'm not accusing you. Whoever taught you how to do it obviously was according to Biuda. They taught you did not have to go deep. And by the way, look how careful Shemuel was where he was mahmir. But he didn't yell at him, he didn't scream at him, he calmed him down, he told him he has someone to rely on. When we see someone not doing something the way we are, the appropriate way is to tell him nicely and inform him. Maybe he doesn't know, maybe he is already relying on someone else. You see how calm and caring Shemuel dealt with this person. Okay. Rav Shashan says, that which Bar Pila removed, according to Rabida. Now that sounds like he left over some of the Rabbanan part, according to Rida. That's the case who taught him how to do it. Gemara says, whatever he removed was the Deraita. Whatever he left over was the Rabbanan part for a mayor. Because according to Rida, that's why it was okay, according to what he learned. You mentioned the Malkut. The only part of the Gidan Hashem that's assuming the Raita is by the spoon of the thigh. Shneimar al kaf hayarech. Marpa ketana like Makoda name. Achalovim because someone ate a Gidan Hashem doesn't have a kazayit. Hayav chayav. Rabbi Dami says no. Achik zayit book saying has to have a kazayit. Matan bran hakam hamim hol yachayav even though you have a kazayit because beriyah atzma he because it's considered an entire creation. It's an entity. It has hashivut in of itself because it's one item. We see this also in other masechtot in regards to like a bug, for example. If someone eats a bug, even though it's not a kazayit, but because it's a biriyah, because it's a creation, it's also considered hayav. Okay. Rabida, according to Rabida, how come you're not hayav? Achila ktiva has to be eating. The Torah mentioned eating, and eating is minimum of a kazayit. Rabbi according to Hamim, Hayah Achila mentions eating. Is referring to when it has 4 or 5 volumes of a kazayit. Ate one, even if it wasn't the whole thing. Even if you didn't the whole thing. Because it mentions from on the spoon, anything from the spoon. That portion teach you what Shmuel holds. Shmuel holds. Only the part of the thigh by the spoon of the thigh is asur. According to Rabbi Hayarech mentions the thigh. The entire thigh. Rabbanan according to Hamim, what do you do with the thigh? How the Pashit Yisura Bekul Yarech teaches you the entire thigh has the Yisur, the Gidan Hashem, because it spreads throughout. La Fuke Hitzon Delo, excluding the outer sinew, like we mentioned prior, where the inner sinew goes all the way through. The outer sinew does not. Ulam Shalakaf, and has to be by the spoon of the thigh. Okay. Wait a second, you use the word kaf to teach you that according to Shemuel, we need the word kaf. We by the take off the leg kaf, teaching that the Gidan Hashem applies to animals, but not birds, because birds don't have the spoon of the thigh. The Gemara says today kaf he mentioned it twice. Okay, new Mishnah. Yarech shnit bashel ba Gidan Hashem. The thigh was cooked with Gidan Hashem in it. Im yesh behar kinutam. If there's enough meat that the Gidan Hashem has a flavor giving to it, how does that start the thigh asur? Kesad misharin nota, how do you measure it? Kibasar belefet, like meat with turnips or like a dip. Meaning, we make it as if the Gidan Hashem is like a piece of meat and the thigh is like turnips. If the amount of the gid would give over a flavor to the turnips from the thigh, that's considered enough flavor to make it asur. Gidana was cooked with other sinews. If you could recognize the gidana and take it out, the other sinews are not asur. But in time, if it gave flavor, if you can't recognize it, asur. And regarding whether or not it's recognizable, if the juice or the soup or the sauce has a flavor in it, then that also be asur, because it might be mixed. Okay. Regarding a nevela slice, or also a non-kosher fish slice. It was cooked with other slices, kosher ones. If you could recognize it, take it out. Then the time is only asur if it gave flavor. If you don't recognize it, also the flavor, if it went into the juice, also makes it asur. Only halacha applies regarding the thigh cooked with the gudin was when it was cooked with it. If it was roasted, you can peel until you reach the gidin part of the thigh. Any that's true. Ravuna says, if a goat was roasted with its hair lip on it, you can't eat even from the tip of the ear, even though it's nowhere near the hair lips. How can you say that if I were to roast it with the gidin is okay? The Gemara says no. Shani hair lip is different because it melts and it spreads all over the place. 1 second, it's halib asur that you can't, if you cook the whole roast, the whole thing. There's a story. Rabbi Yochanan in the shul of Me'on, they roasted a goat with its halib. They came and they asked Rabbi Yochanan, and he said, you can eat until you the halib, no problem. The Gemara says, that was a very lean and non-fat goat, and therefore the fat would not melt. Rav Huna Bar Yudah says, that was a case where it was a kidney roast with a halib, and that's what was mutar. Ravina Bar Adamar, he says no. It was a small non-kosher fish that was in a pot of meat. Let a non-Jewish chef taste it. If he doesn't taste that fish in the meat, it's not considered noten ta'am, and it will be mutar. Okay. Amar Rava says, initially I used to be bothered by the Breita. If a pot was used to cook meat, you cannot cook milk in it. If you did cook milk in it, that's asur if the meat absorbed enough flavor into the pot. Turuma, regarding turuma, if you cook turuma in the pot, you cannot cook non-turuma in it. If you did cook kohen in it, it's asur to a non-kohen if the turuma left a taste in the pot. The problem was bishlam, but turuma makes sense turuma. Ta'im la kohen, a kohen can taste it. If it was meat and milk, who can taste it? No Jew can taste it. Then I saw this past case. The rabbi mentioned, the Yochanan said that you could use the non-Jewish chef. So too over here you could use a non-Jewish chef for the meat and milk. And the way we trust him is because he has nothing to lie for. That's the idea. The guy has to be clueless. Masiyah lefi mo. Gentle, casual conversation with the goy. By the way, taste. What do you taste here? So he does not think he's being tested on or supposed to give a certain answer. Non-biased. He'll give an honest answer. Men.